Once data is sent across the internet, it breaks into packets, and a deeper question appears about how they actually move.
Most people think fast internet means high speed, but speed only describes how much data moves at once.
What actually makes the internet feel fast or slow is something else most people never notice. That hidden factor is latency, the tiny delay between sending a request and receiving the first response. Every time you click, tap, or scroll, your device sends a request and waits for the network to answer. Latency measures how long that round trip takes, from your device to the server and back again. Even very small delays become noticeable because modern apps depend on instant feedback to feel responsive.
When latency increases, you feel pauses and hesitation, even if your internet speed looks extremely high.
This is why you can download files quickly, but still experience lag while browsing, gaming, or video calling. Speed moves data in bulk, but latency controls how quickly the internet reacts to you. Online games suffer immediately when latency is high, because every action depends on instant responses from the network.
Voice and video calls feel unnatural when latency causes people to talk over each other without realizing it.
Even simple websites rely on many small requests, and each one adds latency before the page feels complete.
Modern applications send hundreds of tiny requests instead of a few large ones. Latency compounds because every small delay stacks on top of the previous one. Physical distance is one of the biggest contributors to latency on the internet.
Every router along the path adds a small delay before packets can continue moving forward.
Congestion increases latency by forcing packets to wait instead of moving immediately. Even powerful networks experience queues when demand temporarily exceeds available capacity. Shorter and more direct paths reduce latency by minimizing unnecessary distance and processing. This is why modern services place servers physically closer to users whenever possible. Content delivery networks exist specifically to reduce latency, not to increase raw speed.
Faster responses feel instant, even when the total data speed remains unchanged. This is why low latency dramatically improves how responsive applications feel to users.
Lowering latency changes the experience, even when your internet speed stays exactly the same. Real-time applications depend far more on latency than on raw bandwidth. Cloud services are designed to minimize latency to keep systems feeling responsive.
AI systems also depend on low latency to make fast decisions in real time.
Latency stacks up across interactions, turning tiny delays into noticeable slowdowns. This is why fast download speeds alone do not guarantee a fast-feeling internet. Latency defines responsiveness more than any other single network metric. Responsiveness is what users actually perceive when they judge internet performance. Humans notice delays far more easily than they notice high bandwidth. Even very small delays can feel surprisingly large during interactive tasks. Low latency keeps interactions smooth, predictable, and natural. Today's internet is built around constant interaction, not passive downloading. Speed moves data, but latency moves experience. That is why latency matters more than speed in most real-world situations.
A responsive internet feels fast, even if the numbers say otherwise.
That is why latency matters more than speed.